CM Punk is reportedly returning to WWE very soon and likely to Smackdown. Welcome to a Latte's Vision episode 20. Let's go. The plan right now is for CM Punk to return on Smackdown, which is a balancing act with Raw having Reigns, Rollins, the Usos, Fatu, Femi, and Logan Paul and Braun Breaker. It makes more sense for him to go to SmackDown with a top tier of Cody Rhodes, Gunther, and Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. And Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk has been seen as a direction that they could possibly be going when he does go over there. And I do really want to see that, but I don't want it to replace Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. And we'll talk a bit more about Randy Orton, which we also have an update on his return later in the video. I think this is a much needed move. CM Punk will have so many fresh things to do over there. He's kind of done everything on Raw, and SmackDown, especially without Randy or Drew right now, is in desperate need of another main event star like this. He's reportedly expected to be back as soon as July, with all signs pointing to his return on or by Monday, July 6th, when Raw is in Allstate Arena in Chicago. So some conflicting reports here, but the one about him returning to SmackDown is more recent, so that's probably the more accurate one. But it's not for sure that Punk is going to SmackDown. I really hope he is. Like I said, I gave my reason why. And he reportedly has a storyline planned for the near future, and his absence from TV is not due to any disciplinary issues. He just hasn't been there because they seemingly have no creative ideas for him. But they are currently producing new merchandise and has multiple dates planned for Punk this summer. So CM Punk's returning soon, likely to SmackDown, a much needed move for both SmackDown and CM Punk. Now talking about Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. They are both expected to return before SummerSlam, even though they have both been gone since WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 respectively, and they are both desperately needed. The main event seed is literally just Cody Rhodes and Gunther right now. That is literally it for the men's main event scene. And not to mention, we still haven't paid off Randy versus Cody. I'm really hoping they don't drop that storyline and they actually pay it off at SummerSlam. And I would really like to see what Drew McIntyre could do when he comes back. Maybe he could have another feud with Gunther. Maybe he could go with Trick Williams, with Ricky Saints. But all I know is that they're both desperately needed, and I really hope they come back as soon as possible. Another person that has been missing from SmackDown is Blake Monroe. And they have been teasing Blake Monroe's video packages for 6 weeks in a row. And she's still, quote unquote, coming soon to SmackDown. And then here's the thing, they had her debut and then put her back to these video packages, these teasers. She debuted and talked to Chelsea Green on SmackDown, and then the next week it was back to coming soon. It's like they can't make up their mind. Like, she is being handled so poorly. Blake Monroe is a main event megastar and deserves way better treatment than what she is getting right now. Just please, for the love of God, have her debut already. Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill has been pitched internally for SummerSlam, and at one point it was penciled in for the event. They have been teasing Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair for years now, and Charlotte costing Jade at Clash in Italy against Rhea Ripley, it makes all the sense in the world for this match to happen. I still think it'll probably be a triple threat between Jade, Charlotte, and Rhea. I think that's the best option. And then maybe pay off Jade versus Charlotte at the next premium live event after SummerSlam. You can't just tease this feud forever. They need to do it. It is no secret that Raw has been the superior brand for a good amount of time now, between Raw and SmackDown, and I just don't understand, like, Triple H can't seem to book SmackDown properly. Like, there is no way that Raw and SmackDown are booked by the same person. It's just not believable because the gap in talent is so much different than between both brands. There's always going to be one brand that's better than the other at any given time. There's always going to be one that people generally consider better, but the gap is huge. Now, I wouldn't say SmackDown is as dead as it was like 6 months ago, but or like more like 9 months ago, but it is definitely seen better days, and I don't understand. They have the talent. I don't understand why they can't, get some good weekly television over there on SmackDown. Rey Mysterio says Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are the Messi and Ronaldo of WWE. And honestly, yeah, they honestly are, but Roman Reigns is better. Let's talk a bit about the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. Well, mainly the King of the Ring tournament. This is an absolutely insane year for the King of the Ring tournament. I don't know what is happening. Like, every match, except maybe, I guess most people probably expected Obafemi to win that Fatal 4-Way, but nobody expected Dom to win in that match. Nobody expected Javon Evans. Everybody expected Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. But there have just been multiple extreme upsets, and it is focusing heavily on the younger talent instead of pushing older talent and solidifying them, like last year with Cody Rhodes, like the year before with Gunther, like Randy Orton being in the finals in back-to-back years. Now, obviously, they're all great, but the King of the Ring tournament should be focusing on young stars, and that is exactly what is happening with this tournament. Javon Evans is like 22. Obafemi is like 28. Dom is 30. This is an insane year, and it is so unpredictable that it's absolutely amazing. And I honestly have no clue who is going to win this tournament. I think the obvious answer is Obafemi, but we have to factor in, not only is Dominic Mysterio going to have the Judgment Day on his side, but Brock Lesnar is a factor. He is probably going to get involved with Obafemi at some point. And I was initially thinking, there's no way Dom wins against Obafemi, but I realized Dom doesn't have to pin Oba to win. He could win by countout. He could win by disqualification, and he will advance to the finals. So now I have no clue who's going to win that match, and it's really up in the air. The point is, this King of the Ring tournament is insane, and I love it. And I cannot wait to see who ends up winning it. And tonight, in the Fatal 4-Way between Jay, LA, Royce, and Finn, I think LA Knight, will probably win. My second choice would probably be Royce Keys. The Chiefs have re-signed L'Jarius Sneed to a 1-year deal, and after a quad injury, I'm not sure how much this is going to help the Chiefs. In the games that he played last year, he wasn't very good, so I don't know. WWE reportedly has interest in signing Zilla Fatu, and this has been reported for like the past 2 years. I really hope he comes to WWE because I want to see what happens. Maybe he could debut at SummerSlam or something. I predicted him to debut at Clash in Italy. That obviously did not end up happening. Hopefully he's there by SummerSlam. Money in the Bank was originally scheduled for August 31st this coming year, or this year, and then it was rescheduled to September 6th, I believe, and now it has been rescheduled yet again to October 10th. And I originally didn't really like this, but I realized it gives us a very strong possibility of the winner cashing in at WrestleMania. Before, you would have to hold the Money in the Bank briefcase for like 10 months if you wanted to cash it in at WrestleMania. And if you hold on to the briefcase for too long, it can just get boring and people can become uninterested. If you tease it too much and don't do anything, then it eventually becomes stale. But for this, you'd only have to hold on to the briefcase for about 6 months to cash it in at WrestleMania. So I like this move, honestly. And in turn, WWE has scheduled a Sunday night's main event for September 6th, 2026 at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Which means we will have like a full 4-week build to Saturday night's main event, which is kind of weird and kind of unfortunate because this is usually where they would slap a Clash event or some type of international event like Bash in Berlin. I know they already did Clash in Italy, but usually they slap an international event around this time of year. And obviously we're not getting that, which is kind of unfortunate. That's just me being nitpicky though. Cool, I guess. I don't know. John Cena has given more details on his, he has given more details on the John Cena Classic and also said that it is not impossible for him to come back for one more match. Here are the new details he has provided. Number 1, tournament is still a work in progress. 2, it will be seen as WWE's All-Star Game. 3, tag matches as well as singles matches are possible. 4, brackets are possible. 5, Cena may make future appearances on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT to promote the tournament. What number are we on? 6, I can barely count that high. He's trying to figure out the fan vote aspect in case fans hijack it. And 7, the winner will receive a new championship. Some of this we already do, like the tournament's still a work in progress. The winner will receive a championship. I'm really glad that he's trying to figure out the fan voting aspect so that it's not able to be hijacked, because that was my main concern with the fan voting aspect and why I didn't like it. But this also doesn't prevent, like, well, I want it to be so that there's no way TKO can hijack it and that it's truly 100% up to the fans, because you know TKO is going to try, if they have a certain guy that they want to win, they are going to try to hijack it. If John Cena finds a way to truly make it so it's 100% the fans' decision, and so that there's no way we or TKO can hijack it somehow, then I'm all for it. I don't exactly know how they would pick one winner if tag matches are an option. That doesn't really make sense to me. I'll trust John Cena. A bracket makes all the sense in the world, and I would love to just see Cena on Raw, SmackDown, or NXT every once in a while just to promote the event. John Cena said it is possible that he will wrestle one more match, but said it would be, quote, financial suicide for another wrestling company to offer him the proper amount of money for a match, one final match. His last match. He said, never, quote, I hate speaking in absolutes. Never is a strong word. It would be financial suicide for someone to court me in a position where I could have another match, and I truly mean that. So if you're in the business of torching currency, that's the only way to get me back in the ring. And honestly, I would love to see one more match. I'm sure that Tony Khan in AEW, the Khan family, could offer him enough money. They are comically rich. Tony can just use daddy's money and they will have enough money. I don't think he'll step in the ring again, but I feel like if they really wanted to, the Khan family could do it. Rock the Dwayne Johnson. It's gonna be Bloodline Rules has reportedly declined Dana White's invitation to attend the UFC White House event. I now love The Rock even more. Screw Dana White and screw Trump. Rey Mysterio revealed that his daughter Alia Mysterio is now training full-time at the WWE Performance Center. I would love to see his daughter in the WWE, because if she even got, you know, a fourth of her father's genetics, she could be one of the greatest in-ring female wrestlers of all time. And lastly, but certainly not least, let's preview Smackdown tonight. We have the Queen of the Ring tournament first round match in a fatal 4-way between Lyra Valkyria, Sol Ruca, Jade Cargill, and Charlotte Flair. I think that one will likely be won by Lyra Valkyria or Charlotte Flair, I guess. I feel like what could possibly happen, though, is Jade and Charlotte end up brawling so much and focusing on each other so much that it allows Lyra to pick up the win. I don't see Sol winning because she's already the IC champion, but that's not the same as having a world champion in the bracket. Liv Morgan. So I think she could win, but I don't think it's likely. I'm going to say Lyra. Then we have the King of the Ring first round tournament thingy-majiggy match. Jey Uso versus LA Knight, versus Finn Balor versus Royce Keys. I think LA Knight, will be winning that one. And lastly, Gunther will choose his stipulation for his undisputed title match with Cody Rhodes. As we know, they're having their title match next week, and I hope it's some unique stipulation and not just like something lame. I feel like he is such something he would do is just say it's a normal rules match, because that is so on character for him, but that would just be so lame. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. That's gonna be it for this episode of A Latte's Vision. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want, and